Now I'm going to show you how to use these fantastic wraps. Now these are the arch wraps, the digital download templates. Now you're getting loads and loads and loads of different sizes here. You're getting 6 sizes, and then of each size you're getting 6. So you add it up yourself. You're getting about 60 odd different downloadable templates altogether. You can mix and match to your heart's content. I'm going to go through them and just explain what you're going to get. This is an example of all the templates actually downloaded. Now you can print them onto acetate, parchment, or whatever you want. I just want to show you these first, just so you understand. You get in this particular set, you're getting the arch templates. Now you can either use this one and cut it out and do all the different pieces, getting all the different layers. If you've got the main line, that shows you how it would go. That's down the center of the card. So this arch would fit on the front straight on. Now, if you want, you can do landscape, or you can do portrait. You could have a one that goes over. Now, in the sets, you also get the extension bars, the extension ribbons. So if you need extra length, you can do that with, if it needs to go around a bigger card, you've got these extensions that every set gets the bonus set. Then you've also got this one. Now, if you look at this, it's got a tilt. See how that's, sometimes you want it on a jaunty angle. So that is straight through the card in portrait, and you've got the arch, which gives you a nice tilt. Or you can probably see it a little bit better here, and you can see there's the center of the card going up. So if that's straight around the card, then you've got your arch on a tilt. So it gives you a nice like kind of effect if you want something a little bit tilting. Then you've got all these. Now that's your shapes, but then you've got all these, and now you can see them. They all go in different sizes. This is the next size down. But also what you do get, you also get all the mat and layer sheets. So you may not want a wrap to go all the way around. You want to use a mat and layer in between, or you might just want to use one of the wraps and a layer to go over it. So you're getting all the different sizes. I'm just going to go through here just very quickly so you can see how small you're going. So if you're doing A6 cards, A5 cards, even small little invitations, or just little kind of, sometimes you could use them as little sentiments. You're going right down to the small wraps here. There you go. You can see how small you're going, and you can use those on small cards. You're getting all of those possibilities to print off. Now, my advice is just print them off as you need them. And you don't need to have loads all over the place. And the great thing is, once you've printed them off, if you damage them, if you ruin them, it doesn't matter, just print another one off. So you'll never be without the sets. What I do is, when I've got, say, like this particular one I'm doing, I've actually printed it out, and I've cut out all of the mat and layer shapes there. And I've also, what I do is I cut out all the templates. These are your templates here, all cut out from the large one down to the small one, and you can see they just fit over the top of each other. I just use a little bit of low-tack masking tape, and I use these as templates to put onto my piece of card. Let's just show you what to do. I keep these safe. They've all got a little bit of masking tape on, so if you can do them in card, acetate, whatever you want, right down to this size there, as you can see, all of those. Now, if I wanted to make a design, I would take a piece of card or paper or something, and then I would take my template. Let's just take this one off here. Oh, there you go, chucks. And then you position it onto the paper like that, and then just a little bit of masking tape, and then just taking a pencil, just go all the way around with a pencil, then cut it out, and you end up on whatever paper or card you've done, you've got the basic wrap. And you just build those up. You can use all 6 layers, 1 layer, 3 layers. You can do 1, 3, and 5, or 2, 4, whatever you want to do. It's up to you. The great thing about these wraps, you've got the tilts, you've got the straight on, you've got landscape, you've got portrait, and you've also got the tilts or straight on. And plus there's loads of other ways of using them. You've got the mats and layers, and you've got 6 different sizes. So that's the basic of how they work. Now we're going to do a project, and I'm going to put a piece of paper down here so it looks a little bit nicer. And so imagine I've got all these bits and pieces that have been cut out. So there's the first one like that. Next, I've got another one. I've taken another kind of, all these you'll be able to download ready done. So I'm going to put this one over the top. Now you can see how these fit. That goes onto there perfectly. Let me just put this perfectly right. Get that in the middle there. And then layer those up like so. Oh, I've got it the wrong way around. Oh no, it's the right way around now. And just stick that down. And then take the masking tape off and stick it down like that. So you've got the next layer there. Then I'm going to move that out of the way and then take the next one. I've got the next layer here and that fits over the top there like so. And that sticks down. Let me just stick it down neatly. That goes down there. And then I've got my masking tape on the back, not masking tape, my double-sided tape, and that's going to stick down perfectly like that. So then I've got my layers, as you can see, ready to go around my card. But before I stick it around, what I'm going to do, I'm going to stick it around the card first. I'm going to choose a coloured card. What colour should I use? I did have one here a minute ago. No, I'll tell you what I'm going to use. I'm going to use this one, this nice dark black colour. And in the download, you've got lots of different papers and everything. All these patterns, all these papers are there for you to download. This is going to go around this, but also in the download, you also get this fantastic piece here, as you can see, with all the beautiful, I call this Shabby Gentility, the shabby old-fashioned kind of roses on this one. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the back of this. Now you could use masking tape or whatever you want, but I'm just, for quickness, I'm going to use my glue pens like that. And then this is going to stick down over the top of the card. I'm going to use that at the bottom of the card like so. And that's going to stick on the front of the card. So I've got that beautiful kind of old fabric-y effect there on the front. This then is going to go over the top. Now, if you want, a good way of doing it is position it where you kind of want it, so it's nicely kind of laid out. And then if you take a piece of masking tape, I like to use a little bit of masking tape, just keeps it in position while you're messing about, as it was. And then let's just stick this down. So get that right, exactly as you want it. That's in the position there. You just want everything to line up nicely. And then stick the next piece over the top there, like that. Like so. Now you see this is going to bend around now perfectly. So I want it to slide up and down quite easily. So I'm just going to gently, this time, just gently fold that over and then take the next side and fold that over there as well. Got any straggly bits like I've got here, don't worry about that because they're going to be covered up. Now I'm just going to use a little bit of masking tape here just to hold those two together, because if I need to loosen it, I can do. I'm just going to stick that down there. You think, well, that doesn't look very nice. I just want to make sure that this slides up and down before I go any farther, because there's no point in carrying on if it's going to be sliding off and not, if it's going to be too... Oh, there you go, that works fine. You don't, it's tight enough to not slip down, but it's not too tight that you can't pull it off. So there is my wrap. As you can see, let's just slide that down a bit. I want it a little bit higher up. But to cover that bit at the back, let me just move all my bits and pieces here as I go along. I've got a nice big rose cut out, and I'm just going to put some glue onto that. A little bit of glue. And that's just going to cover the seam up there at the back. It'll just stick across there. And you can centre it more into the middle if you want to. And that's just going to give it a nice little kind of rose back to it. So just makes it a little, you have to look after the back as well, don't you? So let's turn it over now. So there's my card ready to decorate. Now I've got some various roses here, which I've already cut out. Don't forget, you can print these out and just cut as many times as you like. I'm going to stick that one there like so. And I've got another little one here. And that's going to just stick there, just slightly overlapping. Try and keep the actual, you know, the shapes that you've got. If you start covering them up, then there's a waste of time making it into a wrap if you can make it too So say like I covered the whole of that section. Oh, I'll tell you what I've not done. Let me just pull that off. No, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. What I should have done is put this on first. Now what I'm going to do is I should have done this all the way around because I've got a nice little thing, but you know what chaos crafting's like. I'm just going to stick it across like that and it'll just look as it. Now I could have taken that all the way around, but because I've made a mistake, I'm just going to add a little, I don't know, just needed a little bit of gold on it. Just a little bit of gold. Now I know I'm going to be covering those. I would normally put that on underneath the roses, but I've got that nice little strip of gold that just kind of finishes it off. But I knew I was going to be covering those up, so I can. Actually, it's worked to my advantage because if you've got that little bit of gold coming through, if you're sticking these flowers down, then you've got the gold. It looks like it's coming through the bouquet. Now, I designed that on purpose, obviously. I've got some foam tape on the back of these. See, crafting, you just make it up as you go along. There you go. And that's stuck on there. So there you go. I think that looks even nicer now because you've got the roses underneath. It was a mistake, but happy mistakes look even better. Now you could put peel-offs around the edge, you know, some nice border peel-offs, make it even fancier if you want. You could have the bottom one there in the gold. Now I've also got here, I've got some nice leaves I can stick on. Again, I've just got a little bit of gold, a little bit of double-sided tape that can go there. And I've got some I've got with double-sided foam on, and some I'm just using a little bit of glue. And I say just position them where you want them to go. And that's going to stick down there. This is looking nice. I like this one, do you? I'm telling myself. Now it looks like it's been beautifully embroidered, this, doesn't it? That looking fantastic with a wrap on there. And you can add as little or as many as you want, really. I'm going to put that one down there in that corner, I think. And then I've got one more here that's got a little bit of foam pad that's going to give it a little bit more height on the back. So there you go. There is my wrap and my card, and that can slide up and down and do what you want. Now I've also got here a little sentiment, which you also print off if you've got this project. You see the sentiment there? There you go, a little sentiment. Now because I've got that gold bit on, which I actually remember to put on, I'm just going to stick this down onto a piece of gold background paper, background card as well. So I'm just going to stick this down and then I'm going to cut it out. So will it fit that way? No, I'm going to fit it that way. And then cut round and leave a border all the way around it. So that's going to stick down there. There you go. Now I put double-sided tape on the back of it. I don't know why I did that because I was thinking I was going to do something else, but I'm not now. So I'm going to cut that out gently and just leave a little border all the way around, just trying to follow the design as you cut, leaving a border so it just kind of edges the sentiment sheet and just looks really good with the gold wrap that you've got, the strip that's on the wrap there. So I'm just gently cutting round this, like so. Just cut round. And you can see I'm leaving that little border all the way around. Now you will not be working back to front upside down, so you'll be able to make a better job of it than me, although I'm not doing too bad, if I say so myself. So let's fold that around. And cut that out. Try to do these bits in advance, but I thought it'd be a good idea to show you these because not all of us are expert crafters, and some of you need to see the basics again. There you go. So that's got the gold bit on the back there, as you can see. It just makes it stand out a little bit better. Now I've put some double-sided tape on because I don't know what I was going to do there, but I'm going to use some double-sided foam tape this time. Find my scissors. There they are. So I've got my scissors. I'm going to put a little bit of foam tape on the back of that. Stick that down there. Now this is going to also act as not only a sentiment, you can stick on this whatever you want, happy birthday or whatever. There's my card. But the good thing about this, if you just raise it slightly, I might, where shall I put it? I'll put it there in the middle, I think. Raise it slightly. If your card should slip, your wrap, it just catches underneath there. So you've got the sentiment and you've also got the wrap, and then the wrap can just pull off this way, like that. So there you go, you've got the beautiful sentiment there at the bottom. All the colours kind of match really nicely, and you've got that lovely design there with the rose on, which I think is fantastic. So let's just just remind you, you've got the download, you've got 6 different sizes, you've also got the vertical, you've got the horizontal, you've got the vertical, and you've also got the tilt designs, and you've also got the matte and layering, all in that one set. And also while you're there, while you're on here, I'm going to look at this, go and have a look at all the other wraps, in fact all the other products. Most of them have got the video with them explaining how they work, gives you lots of tips and ideas. Have a look at the galleries, and then you should be able to make a beautiful card just like this one.